ready for Waco champion, Gannon Burr!
Adam with the zone, going standstill, coming in kind of hot. Wait, what was that?
Kind of hot on the stripe.
The ace.
Is that in the basket?
Yes, Adam Hammis with the ace.
Lemon's having to go with a little bit of a turnover. That's moving in pretty hot. Oh, look at it! Chris has just slammed in an eagle.
What?
The fans love it. I'm sure your group mates are all pretty excited to be there and witness it again. Another minus 18 round.
Are you ready for a 100-meter dash to the finish today in the final round of the Waco Annual Charity Open presented by Prodigy? We're at the Beast in Waco, Texas. Sunday, the wind is down, the scoring is up, and we've got a tremendous lead card taking the course in about 30 minutes. Calvin Heimberg leading the way, 2 strokes in front of Paul Macbeth and Adam Hammis. Anthony Barella 3 shots back, joining them on the lead card. And the scoring is truly fantastic so far today. Let's take a look at some of what we've seen here in this final round. Look at these scores, Brian.
It's going to feel a little bit like Tuesday Night Doubles League. There's going to be a lot of people coming in with some hot scores. This might be the most scoreable day that we have all year on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Shortest course on tour, almost no wind.
Connor O'Reilly and Alden Harris in the clubhouse, bogey-free 12 unders, setting the mark. The course record is a 15 down. That's Macbeth back when the par was higher. He shot an 18 under that year. And let's take a look at the Innova hot rounds and just see where things stand. You've got Jake Mon on an absolute heater. He's 12 down through 15. And Aaron Gossage in the clubhouse, 11 under. Lots of double digits under par. And we haven't even had the leaders take the course yet. Well, we're going to go down to hole number 1 right now and check in with the defending champion here at Waco, Gannon Burr, teeing off on the first.
And this hyzer actually plays now. A lot of these players practicing this shot throughout the week. Beautiful shot right there from Gannon to start off the day.
Well, it's just couldn't ask for better scoring conditions on a course like this with the wind down. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Good afternoon. Alongside Brian Earhart, I am Charlie Eisenhood. Brian, Calvin's looked so good these first 2 rounds. The putter has been electric. Can he keep it up on this final day? That's going to be the question.
Speculation almost does us no good today. Yes, Calvin's playing great. The putter does look fantastic. But a lot of these guys are going to come out today saying, finally, I get to throw the shots I've rehearsed in my practice rounds. You're playing those previous 2 days in 20 to 40 mile an hour gusts. You are constantly solving a puzzle each and every time that you throw. There's all intuition out there. But right now, these guys can almost throw with a blindfold on some of these tee shots. They've played this course so many times. And with that 49 that Paul Macbeth shot all those years ago could be in danger today. We actually have a course record that could be broken that hasn't been broken in quite some time.
Rebecca Cox broke the course record in FPO by 2 strokes earlier today. And look at the players at the top of the leaderboard today, and you'll find a common factor. They all played really well 2 weeks ago, I should say, at the Supreme Flight Open.
And of course, these guys are going to come out here. They've been practicing, and they shoot decent at Olympus. But let's look to how these guys did last year at this tournament. It's all over the board. AB had that big pivotal moment taking 4th here last year. Simon Lizotte, on the other hand, 76th place, misses cash at Waco, and now wakes up this morning saying, I can right that wrong today if I shoot the right round.
Former champions on that list as well. Macbeth excited to have the opportunity to put the pressure on a lead card. Calvin Heimberg is 3-3 in his career when entering the final round with the outright lead at an Elite Series or a major. He's had some moments where he's struggled in the final round, but he's also been fantastic. And he is looking for his first win here in 2025. And he has been mighty impressive in the first 2 rounds here in Texas. Well, he's going to tee off here in about 25 minutes. Before that, we'll have our chase card getting out on the course. Greg Barsby, Grady Shue, Evan Smith, and Simon Lizotte will tee off in just a moment.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Success is not linear. It takes time and it takes belief. A belief that there is no ceiling and that the bar can always rise higher. A belief that if you set your sights to the horizon, the future will meet you there. That no matter who you are or what you've done, there's always something to prove. Disc golf was built on the backs of people who dream. And out here, what started as a dream is now a decade-long catalyst that turns dreams to moments. In our 10th season, we invite you to join us as we celebrate this beautiful game and all the moments that make it great. Catch all the action, all season long, live on the Disc Golf Network.
The number one reason I switched from bag to cart is pretty simple. It takes weight off of my back, easier to play a course.
I realized that the cart became something I really needed when little things would happen. I'd pick up my bag and my elbow would hurt.
Using a cart decreases the bending over, the weight on my lower back.
Decide to go with Suka, and seeing that my sciatic nerve is gone and I don't need to worry. Only one thing I have to worry about to get birdie, because my Suka done it all for me.
Discraft built for flight. Built for flight.
The Waco Annual Charity Open is presented by Prodigy. Find your flight. Well, if you want to play a practice round with Matt Oram in Austin, Texas, just scan the QR code or visit dgpt.link/Matty-O. One lucky local winner will get the chance to hit the course with one of the most exciting players on tour ahead of next weekend's The Open at Austin. You can also go to Open at Austin on Instagram to enter the giveaway. It ends today, and a winner will be selected tomorrow. So don't miss out. Matty-O, 5 for 5 start, but slowed down in the woods and 5 down through 12. Not a bad day normally out here, but that is too slow of a pace today. Cole Redallen trying to close out with a birdie on the 18th. And he gets it to go from deep. 6 birdies in a row to close out the round. A 10 under. And he moves up 25 spots into 40th place. Well, spectacular conditions for our final round here at Waco. Jake Mon has moved up the leaderboard with a scorcher. He is 13 down through 16 holes. Time to head down to the tee of hole number 1 for the introductions of our chase card.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Prodigy presents Waco Annual Charity Open. It is time for our 325 card. First to the tee, put your hands together for Simon Lazat.
Simon shot the hottest round on the course yesterday, a 12 under. Very impressive in the conditions.
Look how much easier this hole gets when there's no wind. They can just throw a lawn dart into the hill.
Put your hands together for Evan Smith.
Evan Smith also climbing the leaderboard yesterday. Second best round of the day, 11 down, including an eagle on the 7th.
Oh boy.
Next to the tee, put your hands together
Not
for
the mistake to make today.
Grady Shue.
Especially with the wall on the right side being safe if you hit it. Heiser seems pretty safe, but it looks like Grady might be going up the gut as well.
Rounding out our 325
Short from
card. Put
Shue.
your hands together for Greg Barsby.
Good shape on this one from Greg, and he's just outside the bullseye on the first. We're going to send it down now to the third member of our broadcast team. Nate Perkins is with Greg Barsby.
Well, Greg, thanks for joining me here. I want to ask you, how difficult is it to just transition from gale force winds yesterday to playing in the calm today?
Definitely. I mean, the difficulty lies in the shot selection and then the disc selection, I think.
Yeah.
If you're comfy with the disc you're playing with and you know how they fly, then you can kind of maybe call an audible when it's windy and go to something more stable. Today, it's kind of back into, what you would normally play. Maybe it's a little more calm today.
Yeah. Well, how do you manage just the pressure of knowing that you have to knock down nearly every birdie out there to just stay in this race?
Yeah, I was thinking about it last night, and obviously some of the long arms can pick up some eagles towards the end of the course.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to have any chance, I really got to get it going early and run it up in the woods. That definitely suits my style of game with the four hands and a little more touch. So, get as low as I can, and then once I get out in the open, we'll see what happens.
Nice bullseye with the eagle there, Greg.
Yeah, thanks. That's a good start. I'm happy about that.
Good luck, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
Realistic response there from Greg Barsby. Eagles are definitely in play out here on this backstretch.
Grady lays it up to under the pin to the fourth. Burr.
A little bit shallow, it seems.
That's insane.
Gannon started 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Not happy with the shot on the fourth.
And that's a rough mistake off the tee from Evan, but cashing this, taking the 3 and moving on is all right.
And he does just that. Simon for an opening birdie. He's got a lot of fans. And he's off to a great start here at Waco round 3. Barsby. With the easy birdie. Tap in par for Grady Shue. So Simon and Greg, 3 shots back of Calvin Heimberg. Taking a quick break. We'll be back.
So much better. Thank you.
Bomb Discs is Kentucky's disc golf headquarters. If you're ever in town, you gotta come check us out. But until then, you can find us online at bombdisc.com.
Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket, and each of them have a consistent grip. So as you cycle through the series, you won't have to change the way that you hold the disc. These are torque-resistant discs that are more stable than the PA series, provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself.
If you want to know what a disc is going to feel like before you get it, you have to check out OTB Disc. The first thing I'm looking for when I grab a new disc is the feel of the disc. It's got to be confidence instilled. Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
It's really, really helpful in not only finding a disc that looks beautiful, but is also exactly what you're looking for it to feel like. Of course, when you're dealing with OTB, you're going to get only the best.
If you design, if you test, if you manufacture, there is only one technology partner you need. TriMet Group is the leading provider of design, engineering, and manufacturing solutions for thousands of companies across North America and Europe. Innovation starts here. TriMetGroup.com.
Hello, we're Kenna. We're a Dutch growing company. We love plants and we want to tell you some cool things about them. Just like humans, plants can communicate. They can sense when another plant is close. Plants look out for each other too. They warn neighbors about nearby threats by secreting substances. And studies have shown that plants love a good tune. We love and understand plants. Let our passion excite you too.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of birds out here today. As we take a look at our Arcana current conditions, 72 degrees, just 5-mile-per-hour winds. I want to go back down to Nate Perkins. Nate, how good are the scoring conditions today? I mean, you've played here so many times and been here for these Pro Tour events year after year. Like, what are we in store for today?
Yeah, I would say it's the best scoring conditions that we've ever seen here. It's probably 1 out of every 25 days that it's this calm here in Central Texas. And yeah, just blue skies, not a cloud in sight, and really can't feel the wind at all out here in the open. It's going to be something special.
Aggressive flex sidearm down the right side. Oh no. Tee shot on 1, tee shot on 2, second on 2. It's just been a shaky start for Evan Smith.
2 out of bounds penalty strokes already.
Well, you take a bogey, you know, at all, you're going to feel like you're falling way off the pace. And tee shot on 1, that's a birdie that you need to get. And you just wonder if he started off already with a little bit of doubt in his mind. You just don't have time for that. Barsby, same mistake.
Gets the big skip and a beautiful approach shot from Barsby. He's right to the bullseye.
Such a small sliver being able to hit and get the skip from. Nice shot.
So we saw Gannon Buhr going for the overhead shot during the break, and they're looking for the disc. And maybe a lost disc penalty coming for Gannon.
It is brutal back there. I know we said the course is thinned out a bit, but there's certain parts of 4 that don't get trampled through too often. Yeah, if no one saw where that thing landed, he might be buried. Hole 2, 631 downhill, pushing Heiser.
See Ezra Robinson, who led the way after round number 1. He's 6 down through 6 and has climbed up to within a stroke of the lead. But of course, players who are not starting today, at least at probably 17 under par, just not going to have a chance to win this tournament.
Yeah, there's about 10 guys within 4 shots of the lead that have a shot at taking down Calvin today, but Calvin's in the driver's seat still. What a joy to just be able to toss a nice leisurely forehand up in the air and not worry about it getting blown into the next county. This is going to be a day of pressure, but it's also going to be a day of pure enjoyment, just getting out and playing the style of disc golf a lot of these guys grew up playing. Simon way up the fairway, so simple, just outside the bullseye.
So Gannon found his disc. 3rd shot on the 4th.
Okay. Sounds like he's about 20 feet away from the basket.
Impressive effort, and he can save a par if he knocks that down.
There's quite a few guys that started the day at 15 down, 6 shots off Calvin. I feel like if one of those guys breaks the course record, shoots a 48, there's absolutely a chance.
Now that'd be a 16 under par.
Yeah.
Every hole is birdieable out here. Smith to save par. Not this time. And a very slow start for Evan Smith. Simon in for the birdie. 2-for-2 start. Barsby also 2-for-2. Nice recovery after the early hit off the tee. A bogey for Evan Smith, and it'll be a par for Grady Shue. Well, it's just about time for our lead card to take the tee. Calvin Heimberg and company getting set to go here on a fast and furious final day. Calvin, Paul, Adam, AB next.
Hey, aren't you Anthony Barella?
Yes, sir. Try out this Venom.
Thanks, man.
Ooh, Calvin, looking good today.
Calvin Heimberg.
Sorry. Hey. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Hello. Hey. Thank you. A Naqua. I'm looking for a Naqua. Do you have one?
Hey, Jerm, you can't cut in line.
My apologies. You may have noticed I just cut you in line. I'm just looking for a Naqua.
A Naqua? Here, use mine.
Got it. Thanks.
Hey, hurry up, man. You're taking forever.
Sorry, man. No 30-second rule here. What about that 100% off player discount?
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
Hey everyone, Gannon Burr here, and I want to invite you to compete in the Power Disc Golf Academy Championship Series. This is the only professional and amateur nationwide disc golf series, and everyone is welcome to compete. Qualifier events will be held in cities across North America. If you place high enough at a qualifier event, you'll earn the invitation to compete in our championship event at Eagles Crossing Disc Golf Course. Scan this QR code for dates and locations of the qualifying events. We hope to see you there.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your Disc Golf warehouse with a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, and more. Everything you need for the game you love. Online or at our Minnesota store. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse.
Every event live. Disc Golf Pro Tour's 10th season is set to be its biggest yet, with expanded coverage, including 3 brand new live events and a full lineup of elite competition. This season is going to be packed with epic moments you won't want to miss. So upgrade your subscription to DGN Pro today to make sure you don't miss a moment. Let's jump back out onto the course. Gannon Burr trying to save his par on the 4th after going overhead twice. And he's in. What a par save for Gannon, who's 3 through 4. So now we go to the 18th. Jake Mon is sitting at 14 under par on the round. If he birdies here on 18, he will tie Macbeth's course record of a 49. He birdied it on day 1. He took a bogey yesterday. And he has that putt to tie the course record here at Waco.
That'd be unbelievable. What a way to finish out the tournament. That was the perfect round, by the way. That was the round that made the people in Waco change the pars on this property.
How much is this round, you would say, comparable to what Macbeth did?
Score-wise, it's absolutely the same, but yeah, significance, a little bit different.
We go down to the tee of the first for the introductions of our lead card.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Prodigy Presents Waco Annual Charity Open. It's time for your feature card. First to the tee, put your hands together for Calvin Heimberg.
Calvin finished third last year here at Waco. Got 2 Pro Tour wins in 2024. He's got a 2-shot lead to try to take down his first here in 2025.
Well, that's going to do it right there.
To the tee. Put your hands together for Paul Macbeth.
What a treat. Paul Macbeth, back-to-back tournaments in 2025 in contention for the victory.
It's been a few years since we've seen Macbeth on the final round lead card in back-to-back US-based tournaments.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Great way to start.
Put your hands together for Adam Hammes.
Packers colors for Hammes. Just outside the bullseye.
Rounding out the card, put your hands together for Anthony Barella.
We were talking about it yesterday. There's just so many dynamics at play on this card. We remember the battle between AB and Adam at the Des Moines Challenge last year. Paul and AB. Yeah.
Spikes it inside everybody.
Have a great round.
So short birdie putts coming up for the whole lead card. Greg Barsby trying to start 3 for 3 with this birdie putt.
Yikes. Kind of a strange reaction off the basket. I'm not going to call it a spit out, but
it's a lot of chains.
Yeah, definitely bizarre. Little high.
Lazat also looking to start with 3 straight birdies. So great start for Simon. This is the first time that Paul Macbeth, Anthony Barella, and Calvin Heimberg have been together on a final round lead card. Interesting enough, though, they played together on the same card in the opening round 2 weeks ago at the Supreme Flight Open. Heimberg in for birdie.
And you love to see all 3 of those guys on their game going into the final day of competition as well.
Birdie for Adam Hammes. And we're going to have a star frame here on the first. Get used to it. So Heimberg in solo first, and we go to the 18th. Jake Bond to tie the course record. He's got it. 15 under par, only missed 3 holes, Brian.
That is incredible. That is a lifetime achievement. I mean, this is a course record that actually can be analyzed and remembered because of how little this course has changed. He actually came and tied it, and that's incredible.
Macbeth setting the bar with his 18 under par effort back in round 2 in 2019. The par then was 67. It's reduced down to 64, but more or less the same course. Some of the shots from that year. He was just absolutely locked in, Brian.
Well, and we talk about the difference between what Mon did today and what Paul did shooting that quote-unquote 18 under par. This was the season for Paul. He played phenomenal this year. And then to just come out and say, hey, guys, I'm still here, still going, changing the pars for the rest of the tour to have to deal with.
Yeah, this was an eagle on 18 back then.
Exactly.
And what a moment it was. One of 2 18 under rounds on tour for Macbeth.
And this hole's a lot more forgiving, especially without that crosswind. You're not going to see as many shots going OB left that miss inside. Tiny bit of wind picking up here, but definitely not anything close to yesterday. Oh, boy. You actually don't see that tree get hit too often at all. Big miss from Macbeth. He's still pretty far away.
Out of bounds as well, Brian.
Kind of all you need to do here. If you have that 70+ mile an hour speed, just take something stable, throw it out to space. Little 60% throw there from AB.
To the 4th, Lazat.
Yeah, that's totally fine. You're going to manufacture some forehand from back there. As long as you bend the corner, stay on the left side, that's just fine. This, on the other hand, that's rough. Nate, have you seen many players miss on this side? That was a rough mistake from Paul.
Well, we don't have Nate for the moment, but we will check back with him. I certainly have not, Brian. I mean, we have not seen anybody go out of bounds this early on the hole all weekend. Beth already showing a little frustration. Here's his 3rd. Inside the circle to save his par.
That was a much more calm shot. Save the par here, no harm, no foul. Can't really get away with too many more of those.
Second shot coming up here for Greg Barsby on the 4th. He hit early.
He's going to have to shape this forehand just a hair if he wants it to push straight enough to get to the basket. That's a little bit too inside. Hopefully it stayed on the edge.
Little dog razz for Calvin. .20-footer coming up for Heimberg.
A little deep for Hamas, still inside circle 1. 20-footer. This was the tournament last year where a lot of people started opening their eyes to the touch that this guy's developed over the years, and it is better than ever right now.
Back to the 4th.
This is a stance that he's pretty familiar with. That's not bad at all. That's a really tough stance, having to step backwards into the fairway. That's a putt.
Macbeth for his par. Everyone is going to take some pars today. Got to have a short memory out here.
Yeah, hopefully that's the splash of cold water in his face he needs to wake up and lock back in.
Two for two start for Adam Hamas. Calvin Heimberg remains perfect inside circle 1. And Barella in for the birdie. So Heimberg has 2 strokes on Hamas and 3 on Macbeth and Barella. Simon sitting 3 shots back as well. Let's take a look at hole number 3. This flyover presented by Zenni, eyewear for everyone.
Well, Charlie, during the break, you looked at hole 3 and you said, you know, this needs to be just a pitch and putt for these guys. And it is, especially on a day like this, there's a tiny bit of challenge here. If you go with the left side forehand, you have a tight gap to hit. Once you get up to the flat spot, it's easy to stick it on the green, but if you go backhand right, that hill gives you a very dead skip. You have to time it very nicely. If you skip from the flat, it's very thin, hard-packed dirt. You might find yourself farther past the basket, but on a day like this, it's bombs away for sure.
Calvin. To the bullseye.
Oh, does it have enough? Yeah. Definitely don't want a full day of 25 to 30 footers, but take what you can get out here.
Barella. Hit a late tree, and he'll be putting from circle 2 onto the elevated basket. Go back to the 4th. Third shot for Barsby.
Pretty simple there. Par tap in ahead. Now Paul. I love this play that Paul and Calvin just did. I believe those are mid-ranges. Low, tight, Slide it forward up to the pin. Don't deal with the hill as much. Nice shot.
Macbeth will have a tap-in birdie. Lizotte for birdie on 4.
Ooh, still maybe got to roll down the hill. He's trying to play that safe putt. You know, that fantastic round from Jake Mon has me wondering how many other 15s are we going to see today? Is that just going to be a unicorn happening this early?
So far, that's the case, Brian. No one else really in the mix, but Paul Cran's 8 down through 11. Barella unable to convert the birdie putt. So that's a missed opportunity here. More than half the field birdieing the third. Three for 3 start for Adam Hammes.
He's kept the same demeanor as he kept yesterday. Just really calm, not too high, not too low. Even after the big mistake on 15, he kept going.
Calvin maintaining his lead with another birdie. He's 3 for 3 and birdie for Macbeth. We're going into the woods here at the Beast. How will these players handle the tighter fairways in front of them? We will find out when we come back.
Hey, did you find everything all right today? Really?
Shopping online should be easy. That's why we built the best experience possible. Easy navigation, powerful filters, and lightning fast shipping, all at the best prices. 1010 Discs, reimagining excellence.
I've been really struggling with connection. Yes, connecting can be so difficult, especially in your case, as it's with an audience and not just one person.
Exactly.
Have you tried telling them about Infinite's inventory?
All the time. 100,000 discs.
Right.
Biggest online retailer.
But what if you told them something about yourself? Maybe a confession?
What do you mean?
Isn't it true that you faked the ace that you posted in that snow video recently?
I did, but what does that have to do with the whole connection? We got the confession.
what's
Lemonade,
going on?
lemonade.
Hey, stop!
Get him.
What are you doing? Hey!
I love my jab.
Some of my favorite discs in my bag are the A-Series discs. They're the ones I lean on to get close to the basket. These are torque-resistant discs, provide a consistent fade at the end of the flight. The best way to find your flight is to get out and use these discs yourself.
Disc Golf Network's live coverage of the final round of the Waco Annual Charity Open presented by Prodigy continues. Calvin inside and hits the tree. Stays in the fairway, but work to do.
That is opening number 1 for this lead card.
Hammes is 2 shots back.
Love that play. Dealer's choice from there. Great shot.
to the 5th. Lizotte on the par 3. Beautiful shot from Simon. Just outside the bullseye. McBeth with a low skipping shot. Needs to cut through, and it does.
Yeah, he'll play that inside line. Little push hyzer on the forehand. Might have enough space to turn a backhand over. These guys got to put Calvin in spots where he starts to feel like he has to get the birdie.
Big distance from Barella, and might see the basket from there. To the 9th. Par putt for Andrew Marweed.
What is the route on this one? What?
Right into the chains, Brian. Wow.
Do we have like 3 other camera angles on this? That was...
Let's roll back the Zuka replay.
Did he go left of both of them?
Yeah, I think
okay.
It's kind of a tricky camera angle, I think. Looks like he had a line to it, to the left of those trees.
Regardless of the line, that was a solid putt from Marweed.
One of the best putters on tour.
Okay, so Calvin's going to have to go low forehand. No.
That's trouble on the left side.
And there is OB back there. I didn't quite see the finish. But birdie's out of the play. Adams from a great spot here in the fairway.
Trying to get one back from Calvin. Oh, but he clips a tree. Knocks him down, straight down, and he'll be playing for par. Evan Scott knocking it down. A little bit closer on that same line as Andrew Marweed had. Barella. He's going to have a tap-in birdie.
He's looking like he's in his body today. He's feeling the timing on the hard shots, on the soft shots. Looking good so far.
McBeth is going to go backhand here. Got a little more room than it looked like originally. So he's on the green, looking for a birdie. Now we're going to get to see what Heimberg's got.
How many holes on this course have like trees right in the middle of them?
Paul talking about trees being in the middle of the fairway. If you play a Paul McBeth course, a lot of times there's going to be next to no trees down the line that you throw. He likes to give you clean lanes to throw, especially if you're bending around the corner. I think there's a tasteful way to do it, and I think on this course, I think it's just fine.
I think too many of these holes would be too easy without some of those obstacles mid-fairway.
Well, yeah, you play New London. You play Olympus. A little bit beefier of courses when it comes to challenge.
Hamas's upshot slid down the hill a bit. A fine spot there for Calvin, but he is going to be having to settle for a par. Lizotte tapped in for the birdie on the 5th. Here he is on 6. He's 4 down through 5. And he's on the green once again. Hammes airballs from 17 feet. And he was really thinking about that putt there for a while, Brian.
Yeah, I don't even know what to really say. All I can say is that reminds me of the reaction we saw from Ezra Robinson on this hole when things started to go south for him. We saw the breath start to speed up a little bit. We saw the demeanor start to speed up a little bit. And not in a good way. Got to reset here.
Similar distance. This time in for the bogey. Costly error. Hammes will drop to 21 under, 3 shots back of Calvin. Macbeth gets to 22. He's 2 shots back. Picks a stroke up on Calvin. Varela with the birdie gets to 21 down. So we have now 7 players at 21 under. And as the score's updated, it's now 6 players at 21 down. And then Macbeth at 22. My goodness. Calvin's still in control here with a pair of strokes, but he's got to keep his foot on the gas.
He has no choice. He absolutely has no choice. And it's not like it's 1 or 2 guys chasing him right now.
On the green of the 6th, Simon to get to 22 under into a tie for second.
How's that out?
Oh, no.
Take another look. How did this not go in?
You could say a little bit too far on the strong side, but man, that was firm. Ouch.
So Lizotte takes the par on 6.
Man, and that stings even more, Charlie, especially knowing with how costly mistakes are right now. You can't bleed too many strokes.
We go to the 5th. Zenny flyover on the bottom right of your screen. Uphill par 3.
Oh, he is in the driver's seat right now. Paul feels like he's locked in. Everything except for that one drive on 2 has looked great. Little soft. And it's interesting, these guys have had to play these relatively easy holes the previous 2 days, having to second guess themselves and wonder if the wind's actually going to affect their shot. Now they can come up here and throw what they've practiced.
Calvin slides it up the hill a bit, but he's going to have some work to do in a tree between him and the basket.
It's going to be another pressure putt for Calvin. Paul's in the bullseye.
Slides up to near the edge of the circle for a Hammes. Evan Smith looking for his 4th straight birdie, and he's in. So a slow start for Evan, going par bogey, but 4 straight birdies since. To the 18th, Kevin Jones putting for a birdie to make it a 12 under day, and he jams it. For now, he's tied for 3rd. He's climbed 40 spots up the leaderboard, and he's loving it. What a finish for Kevin Jones.
And this is a blast to look at. You look down the leaderboard, Jake Mon up 57 spots with his round. Dickerson's up 32 currently. Noah Mindsma at one point was 30 to 40 spots up. He's 22 right now. Anything can happen here on Sunday.
All right, it's the first tester putt for Calvin. He's hit some big putts this weekend.
He's been good on offense when he's feeling good, but let's see if he can make a defensive putt here.
4 for 8 from circle 2 yesterday. That tree may be a little too much to deal with. Chains off left.
This is a tough putt. Straddle with the feet on different heights. It's going to be a one-stroke ball game now, Charlie.
Hammis for birdie, right at the edge of the circle. And he's got it.
That's what he needed. Solid putt, good release. Might have just overthought that one on 4. But Adam's one of those players, if he keeps his head high, he walks with confidence, carries himself like a pro throughout the course, he'll play great. The moment that head starts to dip, the shoulders start to dip, that's when things start to go south for him.
Hammis back to 22 under par. Barella for birdie.
Not sure if he lost his footing on that one. Just looks flustered the moment the putt came out of his hand. And we saw AB on Sunday at Olympus. Another one of those days he just didn't quite bring it.
Barella for par. So he remains in the log jam at 21 down. Calvin for his par. His lead is going to get cut to 1. Paul Macbeth has a birdie putt from 11 feet. Before we see that, let's go to 18. Chris Dickerson. He is 11 down through 17, so he's trying to get to 12. He's in that tie in 4th place at 21 under par. And just step inside the circle, he's going to have a look for the birdie. Grady Shue on the 7th.
Almost squeaks down that right side, but gets caught up. That's going to be a par more than likely. Now Simon on 7.
Coming off the splash out on 6.
That's fine. Clip something, but if you're throwing the backhand, you just want to advance the fairway and have footing. It's a short enough par 4. 3 is still definitely in play for Simon.
Macbeth on the box. Coming off the turkey.
Yeah, he knew he pulled it. He spoke about that yesterday. He needed to just push these discs out flat, let them flip for him. Made the same mistake, tried to turn it with his body. Didn't quite trust the disc to do its job.
He got pars on 4, 5, and 6 yesterday. Just outside the circle.
That's a nicer looking backhand line. Really well done. That was just a poor effort on 6 from Calvin. He's in the middle. Barsby now on 7. Big flick.
Can get down there. And he might have something from over there. It's going to be an eagle opportunity from down in the valley.
I think he absolutely has a look.
Go to the 9th. Gannon's 3rd on the par 4. So he'll have a tap-in par. Burr at 21 under. Flick roller from Shu.
This could get down the hill if he hits the angle right. I almost got it. You're throwing something pretty overstable. Yeah, that's tough.
Calvin puts it under the basket, but he's hit a skid in this round. It's going to be his 3rd straight par. Macbeth chips up.
Man, 6 kind of got his number this tournament. Short little technical par 3. Simon's 2nd. Oh, that's bleeding left. And I think he squeaked through. I think that's an opportunity for birdie.
.35-foot elevated pin. Nice make for Hammes. He gets to 23 down. He's now tied for 2nd with Macbeth and 1 shot back of Calvin. So back-to-back birdies coming off the bogey on 4.
And back-to-back putts making you feel good, making you feel like you're back in control. Had a little fluke on 4.
Macbeth in for the par. Nice birdie for Barella. He gets to 22 under, tied for 4th. And Heimberg in for the par. Evan Smith in good position for the birdie on 7. Up ahead on 18, Harry Chase. Just earned his tour card during the Q Series finale this past offseason. And he jams the birdie.
We're going to be seeing more of Harry Chase. I have a feeling. People up there in New England know exactly what type of player this kid is, and sounds like he's starting to really commit himself to this game, getting out here playing with the best.
Grady's 3rd.
Oh, yeah. Nice gentle turn there for Grady.
To hole 10. Gannon.
Definitely was looking for that one to be a lot lower. And here we go. Let's take a look. Eagle opportunity ahead.
Barsby from the woods. Off the cage. Great effort from Greg Barsby. 15 feet left for birdie.
Wow, that would have been just a fantastic two. You see a lot of the forehands get down into that right spot. So close.
Lizotte for the birdie from the left side. Woods. And he's in. Tied for fourth. 2 shots back of Calvin. Evan Smith to get the 21 down. He puts it in. Brian, it's so interesting. The intensity is so high right now. Incredible amount of focus from the players. You imagine if you were playing a course like this and shooting this many birdies with your friends, it would be a jovial time, and instead it's just all business out there.
I feel like it's like walking on a sidewalk, but on both sides of the sidewalk are endless black holes. Seems easy, but you got to stay focused.
Dickerson for birdie on the 18th. Doesn't convert. So Calvin Heimberg, a little bit of a slow spell in the middle of this front 9. His lead is down to 1. Macbeth and Hammis chasing him. We'll be back.
My name is Jimmy Gutierrez. I'm the Dewey Community Center supervisor here, and I'm over after-school programming and summer camp programs. Yes, I'd like to thank the Waco Charity Open, the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and the Community Connect Edge Grant.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
Bradley Williams putting for birdie on the 9th. Williams into that tie for 4th. He is 7 down through the front 9.
Hammis going aggressive here. That's got to keep going.
And it is.
Oh my God.
And it's way down there. What a shot from Hammis. It only took Adam Hammis 1 shot to get down to the green. He's going to have an eagle look. What would be the 6th eagle of the day on 7?
What a catch from the catch cam.
And it skips right up on there in the green. It's going to be a tap-in eagle, Brian.
I love to see this bounce back after 4. I love this confidence from Adam right now.
Barella misses the line and is in the woods on the right side.
With how this hole is scoring, 4 is not par. 4 is going to feel like a bogey. It feels like you've bled a stroke. And now Paul's not going aggressive. Paul's going to play a simple shot, mid-range out the gap. I mean, he wants it to sit down, but this is just going to be a chip. He could potentially jump putt this across the valley.
Some pressure on Calvin now, amplifying after no birdie since hole 3.
That should be just fine. Just another bullet out the gap.
Hamas put his tee shot to 12 feet. Simon Lizotte. Second shot on the 8th from way downtown, off the cage.
That is a stinger of a par to take today. Shortest hole in the property. Calvin second. Oh, that is down the hill a little bit, and he might have to straddle out to actually see the basket.
So after a great start, Heimberg has looked a little off since hole 4. And it doesn't take much to get you into trouble out here at Waco.
We'll kind of short arm the drive on 6. Second shot here on 7.
AB trying to give himself a birdie chance, and he'll have something, but difficult putt from the valley. Varela frustrated with his tee shot. Second shot from Burr.
Oh, what a play.
Wow. Giving himself an opportunity from out of position. Little jumper, like you said, Brian, and right to the green.
That's why Paul wanted it to sit. He plays the backhand and tries to flip it a little bit so he can jump putt across the valley and run the eagle from there. Drop in birdie for Paul. Calvin going to have to earn that 3.
Burr for the birdie on 10. Doesn't stick.
I want to throw it down to Nate Perkins. Nate, we talked about this round being the biggest sprint potentially of the whole season. What's the attitude of the guys in the lead card right now?
I mean, the attitude's just pure focus. I think it does feel a little tense. I saw Paul and Adam kind of looking at the scores. That's pretty common, but when you look at the scoreboard and you see how many people are making a push, it has to put a little pressure on you. And yeah, what a putt from Heimberg right there. And Hamies, what a drive. I mean, he got word from the scorekeeper that he's just outside the bullseye, and he didn't flinch.
Amazing drive. And a couple of critical putts for both Heimberg and Barella. Man, the putting from Calvin this weekend has been fantastic. Coming up with the C2 make for the birdie here on the 7th. And how about this for Hamas? Bullseye eagle. And that gives him a share of the lead here at Waco. Locked with Heimberg at 25 down. Macbeth taps in for the birdie. He's one shot back. Gavin Babcock ahead on the 17th is right there as well.
This is beautiful. Just a few degrees of hyzer. This is a 13-speed driver he's making look like this. I mean, he's got some of the highest RPMs on a sidearm. That's just a thing of beauty. And then up ahead, hole 8. He's aced this hole before. He's, I believe, throwing the same disc he threw that ace with.
We saw the highlight in the Open. Adam Hamas with a wonderful shot. Let's take a look back at the aces we've had here at Waco over the years. This is the one from Hamas. 2023, round 3, rings it up with the forehand. And how about last year, Jake Wolf on the 5th. He's not even totally sure that it went in at first. And Scott Stokely last year on hole 14 asking for it to go, and go it does. What a moment for Stokely. All the aces coming last year on the 11th Barella.
Man, watch this one live. That was a crazy ace under the low ceiling. Look where that basket's placed. And here we go. Pesky. That's the one word to describe hole number 8. We just saw Simon miss it. Adam, long putt for birdie.
Macbeth with a beautiful sliding backhand right to the pin.
And just has fallen out of the pocket within just a few holes.
They've been a little bit short there for Calvin. Didn't get the same ground action that Macbeth got. So we go to the 9th, Lizotte. Finds that fairway tree.
It's going to be a play down there for 4 now.
Bradley ticks off the fairway tree left.
So close to
Barella from circle 3. Gave it a chance.
It's funny, Charlie, in a day like this to say AB's kind of fallen out of the pocket on his tee shots past couple of holes. He's only missed 2 holes through 7 holes. It is a tough day out there. Every mistake's going to be amplified.
$50-footer for Hammes. Almost got the bounce off the tree, but he'll have to settle for a par. And it's got to be so frustrating to not get the birdies on a hole like this. 213-foot par 3.
It reminds me of that short hole that they used to play at Nevin. It's like 200 feet on the nose, and players couldn't find a solution to consistently get it. And this hole has not changed at all.
Right at the edge of the circle for Heimberg. Maybe a step outside. His putter has been a weapon this weekend. To retake the lead outright. It's good 4 or 5 inches too high, Brian.
It's too high, but it's coming out with pace. And we should start being concerned when the misses start to come low for Calvin. As long as he's throwing them hard with good nose angle, it's fine. Not too many more of those, though.
Barella for the comebacker. He's in for par. Heimberg taps in. Hammes will tap in for his par, and Paul Macbeth is going to have a drop-in birdie, and that means that we have a 3-way tie at the top of the Waco Annual Charity Open.
And they make that long walk to the tee of 9, one of the trickiest wooded holes out here on the property.
Back over to the 9th. Lazat's second.
Yeah, that's perfect. All you can do from there.
Bradley Williams for birdie on the 11th to get into a tie for 4th. So he gets the 23 down. Birdie on all the holes but 3 so far. 8 down on the day is Williams. Oh boy. 3-way tie at the top, Brian.
I would be blown away if we didn't have a playoff at the end of this round. With how many guys are within just a few strokes of the lead, still have over half their round left.
This tournament has never been decided by more than 3 strokes. We've had 2 playoffs back in 2017 and 2018, maybe a third here in 2025.
Disc golf isn't just a game, it's a lifestyle. And at Paragon Disc Golf, we are proud to be at the heart of it. As the official asset manufacturer for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, we are dedicated to creating the tools that drive the sport forward. From expertly printed apparel and custom jerseys to banners, signs, and event essentials, we help shape the professional and recreational disc golf experience. Paragon Disc Golf. We print disc golf.
Hello, I'm Silva Saarinen with Team MVP. This is my 2025 Team Series proxy. This stamp is personal to me because I took these pictures by myself last summer. This is the new Particle Glow Proton plastic. It feels great in my hand and it looks awesome at night. I'm Silva Saarinen with Team MVP and thank you for the support.
Well, check out our brand new Zuka Kart Mystery Bundle at the DGPT Pro Shop. This $500 value includes an all-terrain Zuka Kart, a variety of premium discs, and much more. Available while supplies last. Just scan the QR code or go to the DGPT Pro Shop website. So we have a 3-way tie at the top here at Waco. Simon's third on the 9th. We do have a bit of a backup. So Simon onto the green, putting for par. Barsby.
Oh,
jams it.
He is nasty with it.
Highlight reel.
Unbelievable from Barsby.
That is just so beautiful, Charlie. Little nose up spinner, floats it right just a tiny bit. Wow.
Well, let's take stock as we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Great chance to catch your breath, get a little snack or something, get ready to lock in because we got crunch time coming up in a little bit. But Brian, I mean, what do you make of what we've seen so far? I mean, the conditions are obviously fantastic. We're seeing a lot of birdies, but we're also seeing like the intensity of the pressure right now.
Well, I made that joke metaphor about walking on a sidewalk with black holes on either side. That's kind of what it feels like for some of these players. You know that any little tiny mistake you make, missing hole number 8, missing a fairway, that's going to cost you, and you know there's so many players ready to jump you on the leaderboard.
Macbeth first on the box on.
Just needs to roll bounce a little bit. That's going to be a really frustrating spot if he can't stretch out to an angle. He might have to be pitching, 50 feet around the corner. Got to just bend this tiny bit right before fading back. Nah, he pulled that way right. I don't think that had time to come back left. It's a very gentle flex line that you're throwing. Something pretty neutral. Just wanted to drift slightly right. Same miss. And kind of the same error that Paul was saying he was struggling with yesterday, just not trusting the disc to move on its own. The ceiling just gets lower and lower each year.
Calvin has birdied this each of the first 2 rounds.
He's got that disc for it. You can throw it hard, low, slow fade back to the left.
Simon in for par on 9. 5 down in the front. May not be enough. Paul Kranz, 11 down through 16. Gavin Babcock, 11 down through 17.
It's wild to see Jake Mon just up 44 spots, but already dropping so low on the leaderboard. So many people birdieing all over the scorecard.
Just joining us, Jake Mon tying Macbeth's course record with that 15 down earlier today.
And this is potential bogey territory for AB. If you don't get down to the elbow in 2 shots, the attempt to the green is really frustrating. I actually remember Seppo Payu years ago trying to throw the spike hyzer over and cut the corner. We'll see if AB has that. I'm not sure if the trees are short enough like that anymore.
Lazat.
Yeah, that should be just fine. Okay, so Adam going to have to kind of fall back on this forehand to give himself space. Yeah.
It's a fine spot to get up and down for the par.
Very curious to see where Paul's shot ended up.
Evan Smith has picked it up since the early slow start.
He's got to keep coming. Oh yeah, way down the fairway.
We go to the 12th. Third shot for Williams. Oh, and a nasty kick left into the woods. He's looking for a bogey at best at this point. Here's Macbeth's lie.
If he tries to go for the green, he's not going to be trying to pin the basket here. He just wants to advance, push the ceiling a little bit.
Looking high.
Yeah, he just wants a chance at a putt. It's risky challenging the ceiling on this one. There's a lot of branches hanging all over the place that you can't see.
Way up there. And it comes down to the gallery.
And they love it.
They love it. So they will move as he's going to have a look at the basket from there. We'll see how far away he is.
I want to throw it to Perkins. Perkins, do you see forehands go that high on that hole getting up to the green?
It's pretty rare when you see people go high right there. It usually costs them. There's so many branches up top, and yeah, it's a pretty risky play, and he has an opportunity to reap the benefits there.
Yeah, you just look up at the canopy, what he had to miss.
Barella's going to have a par look from pretty deep circle 2. So the best drive of the bunch from Calvin. Oh, disappointing. Hits the tree on the approach. It just seems like he can't get out of his own way right now.
The release on both sides does not feel like it has the same intention behind it that Paul has right now.
Long distance birdie putt for Nico.
Dang.
Walks it in. What a putt for Locastro. So back-to-back birdies for him, and he gets to 22 down. Look at this, Brian.
I think a lot of the guys that have been touring a long time at one point would say that this is the guy that they all tried to catch up to in regards to putting. That was a solid C2 look from Nico. Solid there from Adam, getting it to land soft.
Well, we certainly haven't seen any eagles today here on the 9th. I want to send it down to Nate. Can you tell us about a time when we did see a 2 on the 9th?
Well, I gave the big man, Jeremy Colling, a hug today, and we were chatting about just how special this tournament is, and he let me know that he threw it in for an Eagle 2 on the 9th, which has never been done in tournament history here at the Beast. Let's go, Big Germ.
270-foot throw-in for Germ yesterday.
That is unbelievable.
So Heimberg missed the birdie putt. Here's Barella. And a terribly frustrating bogey for AB. His first bogey of the round. It's going to drop him to 22 under. So Macbeth now has the opportunity to get a birdie here from way out of position in the fairway and pick up a stroke on the card.
It's a big drop off behind the basket. We've seen some pretty big rollaways. Let's see if he decides to give it a firm bid. Yeah, that was about as safe of a run as you could give it. Par's just fine. Calvin for par.
Second circle one miss of the round and of the tournament. He missed from the circle's edge on the 8th, and now his first close miss, and it was low, Brian.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Macbeth taps in for the par.
What I will say, Charlie, is once we get back out in the open, if Calvin could just rattle off maybe a couple birdies here, he's got the eagle chance on 13. He's got the eagle chance on 15.
Well, we have seen Calvin at times struggle with a lead in final rounds. Back at the 22 Texas States, he had a 2-shot lead. And it was Ricky who came away the victor that day. He was on fire at the European Open. Look at that crowd. 2-shot lead there and out of bounds. And just had a hard time this whole round.
Yeah, it's that miss right there, the short arming of the putt. And we got to give the flowers to Corey Ellis. What an unbelievable finish that was for Corey. But yes, sad for Mr. Heimberg, and you just see the frustration.
The story of this round is not written yet. He does take the bogey here. He's 1 shot back of the lead now, shared by Macbeth and Hammis. And he's 3-3 with a lead going into the final round of an Elite Series or Major. But certainly worrying. He has struggled since opening up with 3 straight birdies. He is even through the last 6 holes. Checking back in with Lizotte on the 10th, second shot. Looks great.
Oh, that's a nice little smoothie up to the pin. That was real nice from Simon. And here we go back the other direction. Oh, that's a classic Paul Macbeth line there. That is real nice up the middle. Adam making a 13 speed, looked like a fairway driver. Nice spot there.
Clean drive from Barella. It's got to be a good tee shot here for Calvin.
Oh yeah, and it is, Charlie. Great positioning right there.
Ricky Wysocki on the 18th. He has had just an okay round. He's 6 under coming into 18.
Oh, come on.
Oh, gives the basket a scare. And it rolls out to circle's edge. Take one more look.
Sometimes they load up a highlight for you, and you just wonder as an announcer, is Ricky about to ace 18? Great shot.
Simon tapping in the birdie on the 10th. Circle 2 look.
One eagle so far in the day from Aaron Gossage. And that's going to be up there. He's going to have a chance.
Got the great overhead view of this fairway from our Flight Factory drone.
Interesting choice going down the left side. It's so much tighter. There's so much more danger. You'd think the flex forehand is a simpler play for Paul. Wonder what he's got up his sleeve here. Oh, and the bounce off the tree. That is not too shabby. Crafty shot from Paul.
Got to get down. And
it's all right. It's pin high, a little bit obstructed. Much rather be on that side than down the hill. Yeah, I heard him say he's scared to throw. This is not the hardest hole in the world. This is probably one of the easier par fours you'll see on tour.
second shot for Calvin. Slides it up onto the green.
Still a little bit short, but watched Calvin hit a big putt on this one yesterday. Speaking of which, Simon on 11, big putt uphill.
55-footer. Bounces home.
You go give that basket a hug and a kiss, Simon. That was a great catch and an also fantastic putt.
Looking like Kawhi's shot to ice the game for the Toronto Raptors. Bouncing on the rim like that.
Wow, what a catch. This makes up for the really rough one on 6.
It gave it back to him for sure. Simon from 55 feet. He's 7 down through 11, and he's tied for third.
Okay. Circle 2. About a 50-footer here for Calvin. Maybe a little bit closer.
Cash. A great birdie for Heimberg, and he needed that. So a big bounce back coming off the bogey on 9. Another circle 2 make. He's 2 for 4 today.
Yeah, that looks really, really solid. You see that low miss earlier on 9. You wondered, is this going to be a pattern today? Not on 10. Ooh, a little bit longer and more obstructed than I than I thought.
Hammis doesn't find metal, and he's going to have a tricky comebacker for his par. Calvin, for the moment, has a share of the lead. Macbeth putting for birdie from about 27 feet.
Well, man, if he can take this par, he's just going to be a stroke off the lead if Paul can knock in the birdie putt. It's a rough stretch, but he's absolutely not out of the hunt.
A nice putt from Adam Hammis, and he saves the par.
See him kind of muttering to himself under his breath.
Macbeth to take the outright lead at Waco.
Oh, weak side catch.
He's won it twice. Going for his third time here at Waco.
Oh, that was rolling off the pole, but good enough speed on Paul's putt. Dropped it on that left side.
So Macbeth with a one-shot lead. Just heard Barella make his birdie putt to get the 23 down. And Macbeth has not won on tour for quite some time. His last win was at PCS in 2023, about 18 months ago. He did not win on tour for the first time in over a decade in 2024. Eagle bid from Bienen. Not there, but he'll have an easy birdie. Macbeth has 54 career Elite Series and major victories. So many thought maybe his heyday was behind him after a poor 2024 by the standards of what many believe is the greatest player of all time. But he still finished 6th in the Pro Tour standings, and he has looked so sharp to begin this year, Brian.
Oh, he loves it. And he should. That was perfect backhand line there on 12.
His hand was on fire like NBA Jam on that one.
He's trying to play that high side. If you don't get high enough, you can always cut roll back to the left. That should be some sort of birdie putt for Paul.
Same spot all 3 days.
Trouble on the 11th for Barella.
Also trying to play the high side. That is right under the basket. Paul listed at 25 feet. Calvin near bullseye. Touchy little forehand there from Hammis. Not too bad.
Nate, can you tell us about the lies for our lead card there on the 11th?
Well, Paul's out there 32 feet, but it's not quite flat ground, and he actually missed a putt from about half that distance yesterday because of that footing. Just wasn't getting comfortable, and Calvin's actually skated around the tree, and it's just a couple steps outside the bullseye.
Again, with a good-looking drive on 14. As we take a look at our Flight Factory drone overhead view, we'll jump over to the 12th. Lizotte 2 shots off the lead.
Just needs to advance the fairway here, nothing special. Simon hitting a tree pretty early, and AB unfortunately doing the same.
Hammis. Long range birdie look.
You wonder if he feels like he has to make this. Close.
I'm assuming you're closer, Dominic. Oh yeah, you're right.
So after the eagle on 7, Hammis looking at 4 straight pars. Macbeth for birdie. So he misses here on the 11th one more time. Take a look.
Just too much hyzer, he said. He wanted to get it flat. Luckily, it didn't roll down the hill coming in at that angle. We might have another tie ball game.
Calvin just outside the bullseye, putting for birdie to knot it up with Macbeth at 26 down.
Man, that puts pressure on Paul to take the birdie on 12 because of 13 and 15 being eagle opportunities for Calvin, and I don't know if Paul's going to be going for him.
Macbeth in for the par. Heimberg for a share of the lead once more. And he's in. Tied to the top once again. Hammis in for par. He's still 1 shot back. And Barella in for par is 3 shots behind the leaders.
Man, over the years, we've played courses that have scored really hot, and you hear the sentiment, oh, we've outgrown this place. We need to move on to something more challenging. I don't think that sentiment applies here at Waco. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
That was looking so good,
What
Brian.
a line.
So some trouble for Lizotte on the 12th. Burr for birdie on 14. To get within 2 of the lead. Strong putt from Gannon. 9 down on the round. but 3 holes in front of our lead card. A lot of hot scores out here. Andrew Marweed got the eagle on the 7th and now has a 6-pack going in the back 9. He's 12 down through 16. Marweed's on the same card as Evan Scott, who's also got a great round going. 7 down in the front. Take a quick look at our Innova hot rounds. Jake Bond tying the course record with the 15 down, and so far certainly looks like that's going to hold up.
Man, I got to congratulate Jake Mon. And if you look back at his stats from last year, 8 missed caches on the tour, and now battling back, still out here. Great performance, 6th place at Olympus, now back here. Course record here at Waco, up 37 spots the final day. Hope to see you at the next one, Jake.
Kevin Jones closing out the 12 under earlier. We saw his putt on 18. 6 12 under rounds today. Let's take another look at Jake Mon's scorecard and just what he was capable of today. I mean, he missed a circle 1 putt too for what would have been a 16th birdie.
You don't just show up to this course and do that. That's a special player right there. Can't wait to see him the rest of the season. Gannon now on 15. This is playing much easier without the crosswind coming off from the left.
Looks like he's going for it here.
No,
I take it back.
No, Charlie.
If he's going forehand, surely not.
Forehand can be done, but you got to go along the road a lot harder.
All right, well, we're going to catch our breath. Macbeth and Heimberg tied at the top. Andrew Marweed, Evan Scott, and Adam Hammis 1 stroke back. Final round continues.
Legends built it. The next generation is elevating it. The most dominant team in disc golf history just got deeper. World champions, record breakers, the future of the game, united under one banner. This isn't just competition, it's a legacy in motion. This is the next chapter. Discraft, built for flight.
Calvin Heimberg first tee on the 12th.
That's a nice dead skip right there, right in the middle. Gave himself some space to throw the backhand turnover. Really, really specific second shot. Turnover up the hill, needs to flatten. And the tee shot is just trying to get in position to throw it. And that is a fantastic roll for Paul. Same spot, plenty of space off to the left.
Smooth Annie from AB.
That forehand's going to give you a lot easier initial gap hitting, but when it comes to the late flight, backhand works a little bit better. Yeah. Just fine. Solid spread out there for the lead card.
Up ahead on the green, we saw Simon's drive, or approach shot, I should say, that looked great, but it clipped a late tree and kicked him down into the woods. So this is for par. Gave it a chance. Wow. But bogey coming for Simon.
They have no choice but to challenge the ceiling on this second shot.
Let's go.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh, that is so tough to do.
It doesn't get much better.
Stable
Beautiful
fairway, Annie right out of the hand, flattening out the whole way. Let's take a look at this again. Yeah, there's only a little bit of drift right that you need, and then you need to start getting flat right there. That is so nice. And here you don't have to throw as technical of a shot. It's just more of a turnover shot, that classic right drift. Yep.
Looking great from Calvin.
And this needs just a little shape on it if he wants to actually access the pin. Just a little. That's great.
Edge of the circle.
And that's a shot selection that says, I am very confident in this. I don't care if I hit the bullseye. I just want to give myself a shot. Hammond's just one stroke off Macbeth, Heimberg. Oh, look at this thing flex out. Didn't quite get the same distance that the others got, but still a putt. Needed just a little bit more nose down on it.
To the 13th, Evan Smith. Coming off 3 straight birdies. A few too many painful mistakes for Smith in today's rounds. Well, look at this. Evan Scott and Andrew Marwe together on the card. Red hot. We go to 18. Marweed teeing off. 13 down on the round.
I would say that's within Andrew Marweed's range if he wants to run the putt, but that side of the basket a little bit riskier.
Evan Scott. Currently tied for the lead.
Similar line to Marwe. That's going to get a flare.
So outside of even circle 2 there, Marweed and Scott likely going to take a par on 18. Heimberg giving it a run for the birdie, but can't find the range. Macbeth from outside 50 feet.
Coming out so ugly out of your hand.
Not happy with his putting right now. Second shot for Burr. And he puts it in the bullseye. Hammes. Chance to tie the leaders. Step outside the circle. Perfect height and speed, just a little bit left, and Hammes can't take advantage. It's going to be 5 straight pars for him since that eagle on 7. LeCastro looking for his 5th straight birdie on the 15th, and he's got it. So he gets to 25 under par. And Burr tapping in to get to 25 down. Macbeth in for par.
I truly can't believe that Adam Hammes is now on a 5-hole par streak, bogey on hole 4, and is still just a shot off the lead.
A lot of birdies early for Hammes, and then of course the eagle. And that is birdie for Barella, so he picks up a stroke on the card. It gets him to 24 down. He's 2 shots back. It is a tight race. James Conrad in the conversation right now, 24 down through 14. My goodness. A lot of exciting disc golf still to come, 2/3 of the way through the final round.
If you design, if you test, if you manufacture, there is only one technology partner you need. TriMech Group is the leading provider of design, engineering, and manufacturing solutions for thousands of companies across North America and Europe. Innovation starts here. TriMechGroup.com.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your disc golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoGottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Andrew Marweed with a long distance birdie look on the 18th. This would give him the outright lead for now.
He really likes the idea of 13 down, Charlie. And I do not blame him. Fantastic day for Andrew.
Evan Scott also just going to lay up. It really looked like Marweed wanted to run it. We'll see with the par on 18 if where that 26 ends up for Andrew Marweed at the end of this round.
I think it's going to be just fine, and I'd like to talk a little bit to Nate Perkins when we have the chance to talk about wind, because I know there is a little bit blowing out there. We heard it when we were watching players throw on 18. I want to see how that affects the eagle runs on 13 and 15.
Well, what do you say, Nate?
Yeah, it's still really calm and nothing compared to the last 2 days, but when there is some wind, it's out of the north, so it's a headwind on holes 13 through 16, which eagle is in play on 3 of those holes, but it means you just really have to juice it.
Here's Simon on 13. And that was just a moment ago, so we'll catch up with him live now. You can see where Simon got to. I mean, it would take a very good drive, but you could have a circle 2 look. Someone like Barella. Simon giving it a chance. He'll have a short birdie putt. Smith can't find the range for the birdie.
Well, yeah, with this wind being just tiny bit of headwind on 13, I think it's still in the cards for a player like Calvin. It's 555 downhill, but Paul kind of mentioned that his speed is now right around 70 miles an hour or so, and that's going to get you maybe 5.10 on a golf wind, or a no-wind day on a golf shot, but here with a headwind, it's going to be pretty much a perfect line he has to throw.
Barsby. For par. He's in. He's sitting 6 under on the day, 23 down overall, 3 shots back of the lead. Lazat in for the birdie, back to 24 under. But man, that bogey on 12 looms large. Smith in for par. Grady Shue was parked for birdie and tapped in to get to 23 down. All right, Nico. He's going lefty backhand again, Brian. Saw him do this twice yesterday on the 17th.
That's some great pop. That's great.
Well, let's take a look at his form in this breakdown presented by Disc Golf Deals.
I think overall the timing is not too bad. I think he could get a little bit more distance if he got the off arm and shoulder kind of engaged a tiny bit more. You see it kind of, it's a little clunky, but the coil and everything is really not terrible. I love this shot, and I want to see more of it this season.
Why does he go with the lefty backhand instead of a forehand here?
More spin, and you know, maybe he's not liking the forehand. If you have that option, go for it. It might be injury related. It might be the fact that he's afraid of throwing the forehand and he's trying to develop a new skill.
Discover the difference at Disc Golf Deals USA with pictures and scaled weights of every disc, same-day shipping, rewards on every purchase, and expert reviews and comparisons. Your game, our passion, and a frustrating miss from Anthony Barella off the tee.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be overstable driver. He's going to rip this flat. Didn't get the angle. That's big for Paul. Now Paul doesn't have to get aggressive on this if he doesn't want to.
Disastrous kick left.
Way OB.
Into the parking lot. Goodbye. Oh my goodness. So Calvin Heimberg back in control here at Waco. Hammes, 1 shot off the lead. Really nice forehand.
Well, it looked like Paul was trying to speed up a little bit and just didn't get the upper body through in time.
And the worst part of this for Macbeth is that he hasn't gone past the Mando yet. So he's going to have to come back around the Mando, Brian, and that is not a good angle. We saw earlier in FPO a player get stuck over on that side, and it totally took them out of the ability to get anywhere up the fairway.
I wonder if he's going to try a roller down that left side if he wants to get aggressive and save the par.
Nate Perkins, can you tell us what Macbeth's going to be looking at here on his 3rd shot?
Well, they're talking about it right now. I think Paul was kind of making the case that he missed the mandatory, but they're chatting it over, and I believe that his disc is going to be out of bounds first before ever crossing that Mando line. So, like you said, Charlie, he's going to have to still wrap around the Mando. And honestly, a re-tee might give him a better chance at the par.
Yeah, it at least gives him another shot at trying to get himself into a putting range. AB with just another rough one, but still a little bit of ways to go, but crowd loves it. And I'm wondering if he's playing a provisional here from the drop zone, or if they did give him the missed mandatory.
Well, if you cross over that Mando plane anywhere, it is considered a missed Mando. So it's going to be from the drop zone here for Macbeth with his third shot, and that's a big break for Paul.
I didn't think his shot made it that far after kicking. I thought it went straight sideways.
I mean, it went, hit that left side tree, kicked straight right. But the question is, as we take another look at it, did it continue advancing, Brian? So you can see it shoot off.
Oh, it still kept fading.
And so it does go through that plane. Now, an interesting question is, once he crosses the OB line, does that matter at all to the missed Mando? Because, like, it's already out of bounds at that point. Very interesting, but you can see the disc landing there in the parking lot.
Well, the drone's trying to give us the Mando line.
I mean, I think it clearly continued past that Mando plane.
Well, they got Brian Cole, the DGPT, on there marshaling the card. This is a no-doubter. You know, once you miss the Mando, that's what the play is.
Heimberg.
And Paul's really going to have to make this putt. This is going to be the most crucial putt of this round.
So you go on to make a birdie from there on 14. Hammis.
I don't like how competitive I am with that disc right now. I don't really need it more in this round.
The par putt coming up for Adam Hammis. Barella nearly puts it in. Macbeth for par. A few steps outside the circle.
Too high. Two-stroke swing, and just so people know it back home, crossing OB is
irrelevant.
Whatever. If it lands OB and it's before the Mando, obviously you play it like that, but if it lands OB and stays OB past the Mando, that's what you're playing. And Paul is really not loving his putt right now. He's getting tense, and the miss for him has been high. Too much hyzer.
Barella for par. And I beg your pardon, that's Adam Hammis in for his par. Here's Heimberg for the birdie. And so he is going to go to 27 under and take the lead here at Waco. And it's going to be a two-shot swing with Macbeth after Paul missed the Mando and couldn't get up and down for the par. So Macbeth drops to 25 down. Calvin out in front. Hammis at 25 under as well.
Nice play.
Evan Smith in for birdie.
well, and this is going to be the nerviest wide open par 3 possible. That's a little short. He's going to have to work for that one, but still a chance. This is non-negotiable for Paul McBeth now. Hammis also now in the same spot. 2 shots off. Yep.
Just inside the circle.
Wow. Puts it inside C1.
Calvin just outside the circle. Can Paul put it closer? Does not like it out of his hand. And he's going to have a tester from just outside the circle as well. Simon. 2 back of Calvin. Birdie look for Nico after we saw his lefty backhand into the green.
It's been a decent day putting so far for Nico. Just couldn't get that one to fall after the lefty backhand. Now Calvin. This puts some pressure on both Hammis and McBeth if he can cash this. Low miss. The door is open for Adam and Paul. Paul, 35-footer.
Adam about 30 feet. Hammis can tie. There it is again. Just a little bit low for Calvin. McBeth to get back within 1.
The feeling is just not there on the putting green for Paul right now.
0 for 4 from circle 2.
And he's definitely in his head about it. You hear that self-talk.
Hammis for a share of the lead. Five straight pars from 8 through 12. Got the birdie on 13. Got the birdie on 14. Hammis knots it up with Calvin. 4 holes to play here at Waco. Barella to get back within 2. So Barella gets the birdie, and the battle continues. The pressure on this lead card is just immense.
Calvin gets to react now to what Adam does on 15. And speaking of which, here's Simon, second shot on 15.
Playing as the third easiest hole on the course. More than 70% of players getting birdie or better. Bradley Williams going up and over on 17. And he's across. See it just through the trees on the right-hand side there. He's well outside the circle, but safely over. Here's Smith.
Let's see if he can repeat from yesterday. This is a better spot than before. Going lefty. Oh, I love this confidence from Nico on the left. That's so
just outside
so
the
good.
bullseye. Fantastic from Nico. On the green of the 15th, Lizotte for birdie. He's within a shot of the leaders. Remember, Evan Smith is parked for birdie to get to 26 down as well, as we look at the birdie zone presented by Birdie Pro here on the 15th.
You know, this diagram suits the first 2 days of competition really well, but it almost feels like a hard par 3 with no wind. Players can run this hole. Calvin has 2'd this hole this tournament, and now he gets to watch Adam. He's going to play safe.
That's got to get down quick.
Oh,
out
my
of bounds.
Goodness, this hole has his number, Charlie.
Whoa.
There's no crosswind to have to deal with. You can throw low hyzer down the road, get the consistent skip. What happened on this? Man, it's so forgiving on this side. Just fine for AB.
Advantage Calvin once again with Hammis out of bounds.
I mean, we watched both of these guys make some rough mistakes on this hole yesterday, but given the wind, it was a little bit more understandable. And now Calvin just pops the mid-range in play, and he can just throw a chip hyzer on the second.
Just fine for Macbeth. I mean, there's really one mistake here, going out of bounds. So, Hammis scrambling for par.
Just fine there for Simon. Still some distance left for Adam, and it's kind of frustrating throwing the backhand with this fence. Still got to kind of watch your hand. That's really well done. Great body control there.
And good concentration.
Yeah.
Not to be affected by the mistake off the tee.
It's going to be a tap-in par for Hammis. And now Paul can take a stroke on him with a good shot here.
And that is safe. But it's outside the circle. Some of the mistakes here, Brian, are hard to understand. I mean, Nate, there's not really any wind to speak of, right?
Nope, there was absolutely no wind right there. I mean, the pressure is just getting to everyone on this card. There's 1,500 spectators kind of lining this road, and speaking from experience, it's there. It's hard to really take the deep breath and get settled.
Heimberg inside the circle looking for a birdie. Barella leaves a little bit to be desired on the approach as well.
Yeah, he looks a little defeated right now.
Williams has a tap in par. Smith second on the 16th. Can one of these guys on the chase card apply enough pressure to be there at the end? Smith will be putting for birdie. Macbeth. Can't find the range from distance. Macbeth 2 shots back of the lead. Barella for birdie to get within 1. Got it. Anthony Barella gets to 26 under. He's tied for third. Take another look.
Oh, that's a beautiful stroke.
Heimberg to take the outright lead. What a battle. He's in. Heimberg back in front. He has weathered some storms in this round. He's now birdied 4 of the last 6. Macbeth in. He stays at 25 under. He's 3 shots back of Calvin. And Hammes, after going OB, has to settle for par. He's in solo second, 1 shot back.
Anthony's sitting at 26 under par. I think he might be running the eagle on 16.
Burr for birdie. Comes out of the left side. Got a frustrating weekend for Gannon Burr. Defending champion here at Waco. Back-to-back lefty backhands for Nico, and he's in for the birdie. I mean, that's an amazing, amazing feat for Nico.
Yeah, that's just great stuff. That's just great to watch.
Simon 2 shots back of Calvin. I kind of think Simon probably needs to birdie out.
Well, I think that's a start.
We go to 18. Nico trying to get to 27 down with a birdie. Big skip. And he's inside the circle. So Nico can get to 27, would be the best score in the clubhouse. Marweed and Scott in at 26. Simon and Evan Smith out there on the 16th looking for a birdie. And then we've got AB 2 shots back.
I want to ask your opinion. Do you think it's go time on 16?
I want to ask Nate what he thinks. We know that he's done it in practice, Nate. You think he's going to go here on 16?
I was honestly surprised he didn't go for it on 15. I think you have no choice. I mean, you can't leave it up to your competitors to make a mistake. And with the wind down right here and with the arm you have, he has to send it.
Smith for the birdie to get within one. He is tied for second with Adam Hammis. Man, you think about what would have been if Evan Smith hadn't made some big mistakes on those first 2 holes. Burr on the 18th. Just a beautiful shot from Gannon. Right on the bullseye. Simon for birdie for his 4th in a row. And he's tied for second. I mean, this is still Calvin Heimberg's tournament to lose. But there are some difficult holes coming up down the stretch here. 17 and 18, one of the hardest pair on the course.
I've been watching Anthony all day. He looks so unhappy with how he's playing, so unhappy with how shots are coming out of his hand. And he's right here in the mix. This is a total opportunity. But I wonder if the risk reward of getting the eagle is worth it. It would definitely put him back in the mix.
There have been no eagles on 16 today. There were 2 on day 1 with a tailwind. One of them was Anthony Barella. Here we go. Absolutely huge. The last tree knocks him down and it keeps him out of bounds.
Wow.
Oh, I take it back. Getting word that he's in bounds, but he might have been on the green inside circle 1.
Opportunity for eagle.
Still going to have a look anyway. So Calvin just playing it safe. Macbeth.
Paul's just thinking birdie, 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 see what happens.
Nate, how much does Anthony have left for the eagle?
Yeah, he was cruising toward the circle. He might have been 40 feet. The last tree kept him out there at 52. Straight into a slight headwind. Opportunity for eagle. Rest of the players out there at 220.
Well, man, it was a great stroke on hole number 15. And now Nico on 18 for birdie.
This would make Nico the leader in the clubhouse at 27 under. He puts it in. Tied for second for now.
I want to throw it to Nate. Nate, you're looking at the scores. You're feeling the energy of the card. What are you speculating these players are thinking coming down to these last 3 holes?
Well, Simon Lazat just walked by me looking at his phone saying, this is crazy. Just seeing how close Evan Smith is, how close he is, and I mean, I think that chase card is waiting for this lead card to make a mistake. It's totally still in Calvin's hands, but yeah, this is tense, and that entire gallery has now cruised over here behind the lead card of 16. It's epic.
Big shot here for Calvin. We are in crunch time right now. We're commercial free, courtesy of 1010 Discs the rest of the way.
A little bit short. I don't think that's guaranteed at all.
So Hammis can try to put some pressure on by putting this approach close to the pin. Macbeth is at circle's edge. Barella putting for eagle from outside 50. And Hammis puts it almost inside the bullseye. Lizotte.
Step one complete. Dealer's choice from that lie. Now Smith. Oh, and it's sat. Another perfect shot. And with no wind, it's going to be a much more simple shot than yesterday. Now Calvin 48 feet for birdie. Oh boy.
The biggest putt of his tournament. 2 for 7 from circle 2 today. Off the front. We are likely to have a tie at the top once again. The swings on the leaderboard absolutely wild today. Dead center, Brian, just 6 inches low. Here's Barella for eagle. This would give him a share of the lead. Off the top.
Just got to tap in that birdie, take the stroke.
Plenty of commitment there.
Wow.
Macbeth to get back within 2. Adam Hammis just watched his card mates all brick a putt. He's got a chance to get back into a tie for the lead with a birdie from 13 feet. First, Barella for his birdie to get within 1. And he's got it. Still frustrated that he missed the eagle. Now 5 players at 27 under. But Hammis moves up to 28 down. He's tied for the lead with 2 holes to play.
And the 2 hardest holes of the entire weekend.
Well, if you're wondering, the playoff holes are 15 to 18 on repeat, sudden death. We've seen some playoffs here before. Jeremy Colling winning back in 2017 and 2018 in playoffs both years. And this tournament's never been decided by more than 3 strokes. Time to go back over to 17. Check in with the chase card. Smith second. He's in prime position here, Brian. He and Simon have to keep birdieing.
Oh, that's the same miss he made on one. Is that going to stick? Oh, boy. Out of bounds. Putt for par.
Might be it for Evan Smith.
I like the backhand play. Perfect wind for it. Nice and gentle. And look at that, Charlie.
Parked. Take a look on the Zuka replay. Absolute butter from Simon.
Man, that's just cherry on top of a sundae. Just so soft. That's perfection. Wow.
He'll have that putt to get a share of the lead.
To throw that touchy of a shot on that touchy of an approach with the pressure the way it is, that's something he's going to be proud of when he taps in on 18. Perkins, down to the ground. How you feeling out there?
Yeah, I'm so stoked. I got to walk up just in time to see Simon drop the dime on 17, and it is just lit out here. AB forehand, he gets the anti-skip, but he gets the green flag, and that's not going to be in a great spot. He's going to have that high forehand.
Wow. Love the energy, Nate. It seems like it's electric out there. This crowd is packed in here at Waco. Co-leader Adam Hammis.
Last thing you want is a risky second shot on this hole. Got to get aggressive on the tee shot. And this is kind of a tricky spot. You got these two trees to contend with, and actually the best shot might be going through them.
Calvin with a big miss, clips some branches and out of bounds. Oh my goodness. Hammis a little out of position and Calvin OB.
And I just got word from Perkins that Adam is in fact dealing with those two trees up top of the hill. Awkward lie. That's fine. Inside is just fine. No wind. That's a chip forehand around the corner. That's birdie territory.
Grady Shue. He gets to 27 down with the birdie. So he's in the mix. This is Greg Barsby to get to 27 under. These guys on the chase card have been having themselves a little bit better of a day. And he's in for the birdie. So the entire chase card sitting at 27 under. And we're still awaiting Simon's putt. Smith sticks the par putt, so he stays at that 27 down number. And Simon can get a share of the lead with a tap in from the bullseye. And he is tied at the top. Heimberg's out of bounds. Hammis out of position. Wow. Nate, I want to go down to you, and can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see from Hammis and then where Calvin's spot is going to be for his approach shot?
So Calvin just walked up to the corner to get a line on the pin. He's going to take his lie directly back, and I believe he's going to have no choice but to try and drop the hyzer over the top for the up and down par. I was just standing behind Hammis' lie, and it's in position, He's right behind those two trees. He could split them, but he's likely going to go wide, and there's a little bit of a low ceiling involved here.
Oh man, and going wide, you're going to have to hit pretty much that land between the water and the basket and get it to land soft. And this is going to be, wow. You just got to make an educated guess at this point.
Well, this is the tournament here for Calvin. Execute here, save a par, and you're still in a good spot to win this tournament. But if this goes wrong, your winning chances are over.
Yeah, Charlie, that's going to be over for Calvin Heiberg. Oh
And
no.
He's got to go back to where he just threw from. I mean, he basically went out exactly the same spot. Take another look. Didn't get it up in the air, Brian.
Spike forehand from that distance is a tall ask, and I know he was trying to throw a little flex on it, but oh, that's heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking.
And
wow.
Concedes. Going around the corner. But a pair of OB strokes for Calvin. And he's going to fall out of the race. Barella immediately calling it out of bounds. And it wasn't close. So AB at 27 under is in the water. And they're dropping like flies. Meanwhile, on the chase card, Simon has a share of the lead with Adam Hammis. And here he is on 18 to try to apply a little more pressure.
Oh, this looks good.
Gets a nice skip, a soft roll, and he's at 20 feet for birdie.
You have got to be kidding me right now. Perfection from Simon. What a shot. And Adam saw that happen.
So the lane is there for the forehand, but you can see the low branches dealing with the ceiling. And he's had a little trouble calibrating this forehand today. We saw him go out of bounds on the 15th.
You just got to play right. You got to play short right. No need to pin this shot.
It's got to go. And it just gets
he
on
pinned
and
it!
Hits it off the base. He's got a tap in birdie to take the outright lead. Simon looking at a birdie on the 18th to get to 29.
Look how little land he has to hit that skip on. That is just at circle's edge. And he hits precisely there. That's that X factor from Adam Hammis. He's battled back from some tough holes. He's kept the confidence high. And now he gets crafty on 17.
Macbeth's approach. Trickling towards the out of bounds, and he gets the red flag. Calvin here chipping up. That's his 5th. So he's putting for double bogey. And a battle between Simon on the chase card and Adam Hammis on the lead card is what's left.
Well, Lazat has a 13-footer for birdie.
Nate, tell us about what you just saw from Hammis on that approach.
Yeah, so I'm standing right by Adam and Paul, and we watched Simon park 18, and Adam doesn't even so much as flinch. He knows he's in control, and he sat there and deliberated over that forehand for some time and went with the more overstable Raptor there, got the fortunate skip. Sometimes those pop up and get the counter roll. It's just crazy down here.
I have no doubt in my mind Adam watched him step up to the tee and already knew he was going to put it inside the bullseye.
Adam Hammes, 3-time winner on the Elite Series. His last win coming at the 2023 Portland Open. Simon, 9-time winner on tour. Double bogey putt for Heimberg. He puts it in, and just an unfortunate mistake on the 17th, and so disappointing for Heimberg, who is likely to fall to 3 and 4 when leading going into the final round of an Elite Series or Major. Macbeth comes up empty from deep again. Barella for bogey. He makes the putt, falls to 26 under, and 17. Dishing out the damage, Brian.
Adam has a 468-foot par 3. He has to birdie.
Simon still waiting to putt on the 18th. Hammes got the birdie on 18 in round 1. He got a par yesterday.
Thank you, Greg.
And remember, yesterday,
I can double check.
Hammes, his disc ended up in the water, and it was right on the OB line. He got a generous spot from the card mates, and here we are coming to 18, and it's all going to come down to this.
Lazat just outside the bullseye. He gets this birdie. It's a tie ball game. A birdie wins it for Hammes.
Bogey for Barsby. Simon for birdie. For a share of the lead. He's in the clubhouse at 29 down. Adam Hammes controls his own destiny. Simon will wait to see if he will be in a playoff or perhaps victorious. How many times have we seen Simon coming from the chase and waiting to see what's going to happen as the final cards come in?
Man, I can't help but remember back when he put the pressure on Corey Ellis back at the MVP Open.
Simon with the fist pump, and back on the green. Adam Hammes checking scores. And he's watching as Simon taps out for his birdie to knot it up. Here we go. Multi-time tour winners tied at the top. It slides up, and it will be at the edge of the circle, maybe 5 feet outside the circle, 38, 39 footer for the win.
I can't even speculate what's going on in his head right now. Is he thinking layup? Is he thinking run it? not going to happen for Anthony. Do you think layup is in Adam's head at all at this point?
I think he's going to wait and see what he's got. Macbeth. Pretty shot inside the circle. We had no chase card champions last season after having 5 in 2023. It's a beautiful drive from Calvin Heimberg, but it's not going to take the sting off. The last 6 times Calvin has been tied for the lead or had the lead going into the final round of a major or elite series, he has failed to win. His last win from a lead was at the 2023 Jonesboro Open when he had a 1-shot lead.
Man, it's a long walk down this land bridge getting up to the green. Perkins, talk to us. What's the feeling down there?
Oh, just pure elation for me, and I'm sure for most of these fans too. It's just, I think a lot of people are wondering the same question. I mean, what do you do when you're in that spot? And I think Charlie's right. I think Adam has to, you know, walk up to the live first and see how he's feeling, see how the heart rate is, and make a decision from there. But right now it's just dead calm, and Lizotte is over at the scoring tent just 100 feet away. He's about to watch Adam attempt this putt.
Well, as they make the walk around, we're going to take a look at a couple of these critical shots down the stretch. Adam Hammes on 17. He's going to join Valerie Mondahano in the iconic shots here on the approach.
That just takes so much trust to execute that shot under the pressure after watching Simon do what he did on 18. Here we go.
Simon birdied the last 6 holes and 8 of the last 9 to put himself in this spot. It really is reminiscent of the MVP Open. Lizotte has 2 chase card victories in his career. He would have the most all time if he ends up winning here today.
Oh, this is right at 40 feet. OB right behind the basket, as you can see. The big downslope is right there.
AB tickles chains. It flies past towards the water. Here we go. Checking the wind. For the win at the 2025 Waco Annual Charity Open. He's done it!
That is going to be a career round for Adam Hammes. What a victory. Started to hang the head early, battled back in the next few holes, par streak in the woods. Got himself right back in the mix. Heroics late for Adam. What a victory.
5 birdies in the last 6 holes, and he's got to wait for his card mates to putt out before he will be celebrated as champion. Barella in for bogey. tap-ins for Calvin and Paul. And that is it here at Waco. Adam Hammes has done it. Simon will come give his congratulations.
2025 Waco Annual Charity Open champion, Adam Hammes! Great job, dude.
Oh my God. I can't keep it together. It's been.
Yeah.
We'll get a bunch out.
Thank you guys.
We'll get you guys out of baskets.
Nice party in the last whole thanks, brother.
Nice playing, Simon.
It's been more than 18 months since Adam's last win on tour at the Portland Open. And he outlasted everyone here today. He had a 5-hole stretch without a birdie, but ultimately put together an 11 under among the better rounds of the day, and it was just enough to get past Simon Lizotte. Calvin Heimberg coming apart at the seams on 17, but the story is Adam's resilience and some clutch shot making down the stretch.
Yeah, and I think this is something that he struggled with in the past. It seems like when he felt like he was out of the mix, out of the hunt, he would kind of hang the head and he would lose that confidence and wouldn't believe that he had what it took to keep going and win the tournament. And he's experienced enough now to know that that's not true ever. Comes back after really losing confidence on 4. Huge, technical, powerful forehand on 7. Best drive I've seen in this hole yet. Gets the eagle. But then Charlie goes on 8 through 12, like you said, dry. Finally believes he's back in the mix late, and then I cannot believe the confidence in the driver on this shot. How do you control the ground play with the OB on the other side of the basket, coming in at that angle, and then this is just the X factor you cannot teach. Unbelievable.
Four-time winner now on tour, Adam Hammes gets another one, showing off the full range of skills today. And we're going to get to hear from the champion right now. Nate Perkins is greenside on 18 with Adam Hammes.
Adam, this is one for the record books, man. I mean, this is the lowest scoring day in DGPT history, and you find yourself a champion here in Waco. How does it feel?
It feels incredible. This is one of the tournaments that's got me on the last couple holes in the past, and man, to finally get Waco under the belt, it means a lot.
I mean, I want to hear about every second of the round, but first I want to ask you, you pinned the eagle on number 7, and then I believe you went on a 5-hole par streak. I mean, what are you going through right there mentally?
Yeah, after that eagle, I was like, here we go, let's ride, and it didn't go my way those next 5 holes, saved some good pars. You know, I was always a couple strokes off the lead and just had to keep fighting. You know, you never know what's going to happen out here.
Well, Adam, I was standing right next to you. We watched Simon Lizotte pin the 18th. Everyone knows what the scores are. You knew that meant that you had to go birdie for the win. I mean, what are you thinking right there? I saw you deliberate over the approach for some time on the 17th.
Yeah, I was pinched on 17. I had to like swing my flippy Raptor out and over the water into the wind that would slam it, and it was either, you know, pin it or lose. So I just trusted the shot, and luckily it got that little lift at the end, hit the koozie and sat. But I actually didn't know that Simon was tied for the lead until Macbeth told me right before I threw that shot. So he put a little extra pressure on me. I don't know, it worked out.
Well, I mean, talk us through the pressure that you're feeling on that, 40-footer there for the win?
I just told myself, don't fluff it. Don't give it a weak bid like you've been missing them all day. Just give it a solid, you know, spinner. If you miss it, you miss it. Just hit it hard, just hard it. And it was low out of my hand, and it took a slight lift mid-flight, and it was a good feeling.
Well, Adam, I think Discraft's going to have to reprint these jerseys. You're no longer a 3-time Elite Series. That's 4-time, man. I mean, what does it feel like?
It feels incredible. It's been a little hiatus since I've had a win. I think Portland Open was the last one, yep. And yeah, I'm excited to have a strong year. This one feels good.
All right, Waco, let's give it up for your champion, Adam Hammes. Congratulations.
Wow, fantastic stuff with our champion here at Waco. He finished second here before 2 years ago, and you heard him say that he missed some opportunities on those final couple holes, and for him to go birdie in the manner that he did with the pressure that was on him with Simon ahead, sitting at 29 under, is just remarkable. So, Brian, I want to get your thoughts on what Adam just said there. You know, I got to either pin it or I lose the tournament. And then he's telling himself on the putt, as we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Hello, everyone. What a round. He's telling himself on the putt, just you go for it. If you miss it, you miss it. And those two shots were the ones that won him the tournament.
It felt like all day he was taking shots that were just going to give him a chance. And I thought he was going to do that again on 17. I thought he was just going to put it in play the safe, high-percentage shot, play it short right. But when you're up against the wall and you know what you have to do, sometimes just taking the ropes off and just saying, I have to do this or I'm dead. That puts you in the spot to perform at the highest level, and he did that. And I still am blown away. Imagine if he missed the angle on that flick by a little bit. He's flying out of bounds right. That is coming in with so much heat. It's just raw confidence. And I first played with Adam when he was maybe about 17 years old at Roland Ridge out there in Wisconsin for the Silver Cup. And he played with so much fire for such a young kid. And I instantly knew he was going to be good. I knew he was going to be really, really good because kids grow up playing disc golf now, watching YouTube, studying form. You don't learn the tenacity. You don't learn the ability to push yourself in that position and say, I have to execute a shot to win the tournament. And he did it both times, 17, 18. Just unbelievable stuff.
It really was. Well, we've got some great stats and info for you coming in Tournament Central. Don't go anywhere. After show coming up next. Adam Hammes, your 2025 Waco champion.
Wow.
Shopping online should be easy. That's why we built the best experience possible. Easy navigation, powerful filters, and lightning fast shipping, all at the best prices. 1010 Discs, reimagining excellence.
Somewhere in a random hotel in North America.
Can we even compete against this?
I wouldn't waste all your focus now, rookie.
Some days they just fall in.
It's a test of strategy, timing, and karma. Do you have what it takes? Order your game today.
Great news! UPlay and the PDGA share a mission to provide education and support for healthier lifestyles through the sport of disc golf. By joining the PDGA, your membership dollars are directly at work for these amazing programs, introducing and producing disc golf players all over the world. Support our programs by joining the PDGA or donating here.
Bomb Discs is Kentucky's disc golf headquarters. If you're ever in town, you gotta come and check us out. But until then, you can find us online at bombdisc.com.
Describe your relationship with disc golf.
I don't have a relationship with disc golf.
You're telling me you have no relationship with disc golf?
I do not recall.
Welcome inside Tournament Central. Let's relive the critical moments down the stretch for Adam Hammes. A little bit pinched with the forehand and off the base, Brian.
Yeah, he's going to be reliving that one in his head over and over and over again. Can't even imagine this putt for the win.
Officially marked down as a 37-footer for birdie. He birdied or eagled 6 of the first 7. Then he parred 5 in a row. Then he birdied 5 of the last 6. There's the scorecard from the day.
That scorecard paints such a picture of what he went through emotionally, and I don't know, I think it's a huge moment for him in his career to be able to battle back and say, oh yeah, I am as talented as everybody else that's in the mix right now. I just have to believe that I can win this tournament. And the pressure is just so different when the course is scoring like this. It's not like it's course management that's the skill. It's pressing, it's offense, it's making the tough putts when it matters, it's taking the shots that maybe make you a little bit uncomfortable, and he did that so well, even when I feel like he could have easily given up in that middle stretch.
You know, this was such a crazy back and forth round. I mean, Macbeth was at the top for a while. He took the outright lead at one point. Of course, Calvin coming in with the lead at the start of the round. He kept retaking the lead. He would lose it and he would take it back, and then, you know, he falls apart on 17. Macbeth can't find the range from circle 2. Anthony Barella just a little bit off all day today, and that was enough. Chase Card, meanwhile, is playing great.
It's so interesting to watch players like AB carry himself through this round and throw his hands up after so many shots where he's like, I can't get the disc to go exactly where I want it to go. And we're so used to him doing that. And then you look at the scorecard and you're like, oh, you're just a stroke or 2 off the lead. How are you still doing this? He was scrambling and putting just fine. And these guys are that good to have an off day and still be right there in the mix. But what I love about Waco, Charlie, is that multiple generations can shine here. The older players in their 30s, even close to their 40s, can score just as well as these young kids that are coming up and touring for the first time. This tournament just gives me so many good emotions. I love watching this tournament. And like we said earlier, it's the yin-yang effect. If it was all courses like this, we might feel like it gets a little stale for them to score like this. But mixed in with some of these tougher courses on tour that score closer to even, this is just awesome. This is disc golf.
If you don't like that, you don't like disc golf.
That's right.
Let's welcome in Nate Perkins with us on Tournament Central. Nate, I mean, I can't even imagine. It was electric here in the booth, but being out there on the ground, it must have been unbelievable to watch the action unfold. How are you feeling? You always ask the players. I'm going to ask you, how are you feeling after that round?
Yep. I'm just elated, Charlie. I think that this is just a special place, and we knew that it was going to come down to the wire. We knew that a lot of guys were going to be in contention late, but you just don't know exactly how it's going to all unfold. And yeah, definitely kept me on my toes, kept all the fans out there on the toes. It was just electric out there, and for it to end with a C2 putt toward the water, I mean, what more can you ask for?
I wanted to ask you a question, a comment I made earlier. Whenever a course gets scored like this over time, it feels like the narrative always goes to we've outgrown this place. I don't feel like that's the case here, and I want to know what your take is on why people love this place so much, even though it does score the way it does.
Yeah, I think that these type of courses just have a place in our sport. I mean, what did Adam finish? 30 under par for the tournament, so he averaged 10 down. I mean, that's not, breaking the game by any means. And I think it's totally okay to have, sub 300 foot par threes in the woods, which requires touch. And I think sometimes we too easily compare disc golf to golf, where you shoot 30 under for a tournament and something's kind of off. But we're not. We're our own flavor of golf, and I think that we should always keep that in mind and make sure to challenge the players with the variety of the shorter shots like we see here in Waco.
Well, I have a stat to throw at you, and I want to get your thoughts on it. There were 10 players within 4 shots of the winner at the end of all of this chaos today. That's a new record at an Elite Series or a major. Is that a testament to the skill of the field? Is that a testament to what we see at Waco and kind of this more scoring heavy course over 3 rounds? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's just the combination of the two, Charlie. I mean, when you have a shorter course like this where everyone in the field has an opportunity to score on every single hole, you're going to have less separation. And then we've seen just year after year, the fields are just getting tighter. I mean, the separation of skill from the top to the cash line is tiny. When you go back 10 years ago, and there was a pretty steep separation of skill between the winner of a tournament and last cash. So I think it's great for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and we've got a bright future.
You got one more, Brian?
I don't have a question for Perks per se, but I want to react to what you said. I agree. I really fully agree that our game doesn't need to score close to even. We don't need to push the players to struggle down a course and have even par be 1050 rated. Can we have that on a few courses when the conditions are bad? That's great. Love watching Northwood Black play, even when before it started to thin out a little bit. I thought it was a really cool element to our tour, but the beautiful thing about our game is variety and being able to go to a state, go to a territory, and know that you're there. I remember very fondly W.R. Jackson, knowing that I'm in the southeast with the clay and the pines and everything like that. You come to Waco and you feel like you're playing Texas golf. I talked to Luke Humphreys, I talked to you, I talked to players that play all over this state, and it matches the feeling. And that's what the Disc Golf Pro Tour should be trying to do, is get people to come in and experience a different style of disc golf. And I think it's accomplished every year here.
Yeah, Nate, I'll just add one more thing for you. We saw Calvin come into this round with a lead. He was back and forth, in and out of the lead the whole round, and it felt like it just came down to a couple of missed executions, of course, on 17, but you could point to some stuff earlier in the round as well. Just curious for your thoughts on Calvin today, especially because he looks so good in rounds 1 and 2.
It just has to be the pressure, Charlie. I mean, you mentioned it. It's been since 23 Jonesboro that he had a lead in the final round and took it down. This is now the 7th event where the pressure just got to him on Sunday, and that's definitely enough data to kind of start to build that reputation up amongst the fan base that maybe he can't close, and he's going to have to figure out how to overcome the pressure. It just seemed to build and build, and the mistakes that I can really think of are I'm looking at the green at 14 right now. I mean, that is just a rudimentary par 3. You should never land outside the circle there coming down the stretch of a Disc Golf Pro Tour. And then I'm still wondering why there isn't more aggression, why he's not really ripping it on 13, and the same with 15 and 16. I think there's just opportunity there to just play Heimberg golf and just smoke those destroyers and put the pressure on instead of trying to play too much golf and waiting for someone to make a mistake near you. So I think Calvin, has a lot of positives to take away from this tournament, but it's going to burn.
Well, if you want to hear more from Nate and Brian, you got to check out their podcast, All Birdies, No Bogeys. It's on the Jomez Pro YouTube channel. You guys are recording one tonight, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Instant reaction.
Yeah,
can't wait.
Brian smashed me in the Perks picks. He smashed me in the Perks picks this week. It's unfortunate. Yeah, it was
Feels good.
a fantastic week of golf, and thanks for having me on the broadcast. And yeah, I'm gonna go find a spot to record right now.
Great working with you guys. Nate, thanks for being with us.
See you out there, buddy.
See you guys.
All right. Well, we don't want to let this get lost in the mix because we did see a course record matching performance today from Jake Mon. Paul McBeth shot an 18 under here back in 2019. They changed the pars because he shot so well, and Jake Mon matched it with a 15 under today, shooting the same score. And really, it's more or less the same course that it was then. You can't say that about a lot of courses on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. That's another cool thing about Waco. This track has hardly changed since 2017.
Well, he lost the tournament, but he won the sprint today, and it was just a phenomenal round. And let's take a listen to what he had to say after just a career performance for him.
Jake, we just got to watch you knock down a putt on 18 to shoot a 49 at the Beast. You just tied Paul McBeth's 18 under round from 2019. I mean, what are you feeling right now?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I watched that, like, I was before, I think it was like MA2 at that point. So I remember when that came out and we watched that, we're like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, another 18 down, and to match it, it's pretty special.
Well, talk about the round. I mean, you just told me you missed a couple putts. Walk us through what holes you even missed.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. My dad called me this morning, and he was talking about, like, you know, maybe shoot a 10 down to cash. And he's like, oh, if you start 8 through 8, you know, it'll be a lot easier. And I was like, that's a tall task. So I birdied 8, and I was like, there you go, Dad. And then I had a birdie putt on 9 to go 9 through 9 in circle 1. I was kind of deep. It was kind of a weird putt, chained out. And then, yeah, 12, I didn't have a putt. And then 14, I had like a 40-footer that left to right. Then I just never gave it the height it needed.
So you were just telling me that you were kind of going through the round in your head, and you're like, wait a second, Paul had a 4 on hole 9 and hole 12. I mean, you knew going into 18 that you had a chance to tie it. What did that feel like, and what were your thoughts when you went to throw over the pond?
Yeah, so it was after I made a putt on 17, I was thinking, like, yeah, I forward 12 and 9, which are par 5s, and then I've only parred one other hole. But yeah, I was just like, get it over there. Give yourself a chance to give a putt. Don't leave it short in the water. If anything, throw it OB long. Yeah, just give it a good pull and give yourself a chance. And then, yeah, put it in the back of the circle. And I was like, all right, let's make one more putt. And I released it, and then it was hearted. It was great.
Well, man, you got yourself a course record on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Unofficially 1084 rated round. What's next for you?
Hopefully, you know, shoot a couple more, get in the top 5. Maybe not shoot one over in round 1 to shoot myself in the foot, but I guess we'll see.
All right, Jake, thanks for joining us here. Congratulations again. We'll see you in Austin.
Thanks.
Great stuff from Jake Mon. Look at the scorecard once again. Just lighting it on fire today, Brian.
That's a wild round. And you missed 9, 12, and yeah, the miss on 14 is rough, but 9 and 12 are pretty standard pars. That's a crazy round from Jake. Congratulations, man.
All right, well, final thoughts here, Brian, after a crazy Waco. I mean, there's so many storylines that we could break down. You know, McBeth back in the mix. We've already talked plenty of Calvin and Adam. Simon from the chase card was fantastic. I feel like he plays better from the chase card. We've seen him do so well in these spots over the years.
I have to think that, and this is a broad claim, but it feels like Gannon's year last year was so dominant. Veterans, new players, all kind of had to zoom out a little bit and be like, wow, okay, I can't just get by anymore. I have to up the ante again. I have to raise the bar again. We're seeing a lot of guys come into this season looking really healthy and really strong right out the gate. So I am stoked right now. And now Gannon's going to have to start fighting to get those victories this season. It's going to be a huge year for Disc Golf Pro Tour for sure.
He fought back into the top 10, Gannon did, but certainly nowhere near the win today. And so, you know, for him to go back-to-back events without really being up in the mix, we didn't see that very much last year. It was very uncommon. So Gannon's still going to be up on the lead cards in final rounds, no doubt, but maybe he can do it next week at the Open at Austin. Well, I think it's time for our OTB shot of the day.
Flick on 7. I'm not messing this one up again. That was Adam's flick on 7. No problem.
I like that. I'll say the approach on 17.
We could say the putt on 18. Let's see it.
Roll the OTB shot of the day.
Prestige is part of it. You're right. I am so bad at this game.
You gotta be in the mind of the producers. And that's a beauty right there. The clutch shot on 17 as the rest of his card was melting down around him. I mean, you look at what happened to the rest of the card. Calvin takes a 7. Barella and Macbeth both take 5s. And Hammis with the ultra clutch 3. And if he didn't do that, right, if he misses long or he misses short, Simon wins this tournament. It's over. But he clutches up and goes birdie to win. Open at Austin coming up next weekend. That's just 4 days from now. It's a DGPT Plus. There's going to be a press conference on Wednesday, so don't miss that. Do not miss the action. It'll be all live right here on the Disc Golf Network. And if you weren't out at Waco, get your tickets right now. DGPT.com/tickets. Go in person. Take a trip. Austin's awesome.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Oh, just the best. So that will round out the Texas Swing this year. Brian, it's been a pleasure, my friends.
Absolutely. This was just an absolute honor.
For our director, Ian Lunger, our producer, Mahmoud Barani, our entire crew running all the cameras. I mean, how about whoever the camera operator was on the 7th that got the full flight of that Hammis Eagle tee shot. Fantastic work. Shout out to everybody behind the scenes who makes this all happen. Thank you to PDGA Live and Stat Mando. For Nate Perkins, Juliana Corver, Brian Earhart, I am Charlie Eisenhood signing off from the 2025 Waco Annual Charity Open. Kristen Latt opens up her tournament season with a victory, and Adam Hammis buries it on 18 to beat Simon Lizotte by a stroke and take his 4th career Elite Series win. We'll see you in Austin.